What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm just going to be going over a couple of ideas that I've been thinking over the last couple of days, in which we could see happen during the new Fallout game when it's released, Fallout 76. So these ideas aren't really story based, like the main quest during the story. We're still unsure as to a certain setting that we're going to find, but it's more to do with like side quests, what we could possibly see during the game. And let me know down below if you agree with them, but we'll get right into this. So the first thing I've thought of when thinking of these ideas is that the time frame that we're doing, it's 2021 supposedly, going off the date on the Pip-Boy and the teaser trailer. So this is 25 years after the Great War. So there's going to be, it's going to be pretty new to people that are coming out of vaults, or people that have survived in the wastelands. But if you have ever played Fallout 3, quite a big part of that towards the start of the game was when you're with Three Dog at Galaxy News Radio. Now I thought it'd be quite interesting if it turns out that the protagonist in this game, or the hero, the playable character, actually has a hand in setting up and starting Galaxy News Radio. Maybe he finds someone out in the wastelands that I don't know, just thinking of the story, how you could build a backstory behind it, is used to love music, or used to be a radio presenter before the Great War, and now is somewhat depressed that he no longer has any sort of radio show. So you help him by setting up beacons across the wasteland and setting up a main sort of tower for the communication of the radio station, and help him essentially start Galaxy News Radio, which we come to see in Fallout 3, 200 years later. And maybe it could be that it's the person who you do it for is one of Three Dog's long lost relatives, like maybe grandfather, for example. But just an idea. Going on to number 2, maybe we could see the start of factions building up within the wastelands. Obviously more and more people are fighting for survival. It's probably going to be a rawer time on supplies, because it's so close to when the actual war was, and maybe we see the start of raider factions building up, and all the other republics and whatnot we see, and maybe we can have a hand in them too. Maybe we can influence how they set up and their sort of goals and aspirations, that the gangs and the factions that we know in the latest games, Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, that they've become. But maybe if the karma system was back, or you've got that moral decision, do you go good or do you go bad? Maybe if you took the bad route, you could actually start the first Raiders gang, the first gang of people that try and find other humans and survivors and rob their stuff and kill them and raid supermarkets and whatnot and try and take over territory that way. Another one is cars. Could this be the first Fallout in a while where we can actually drive cars? Now, a lot of you might be thinking, first Fallout in a while to drive cars. Those people probably played Fallout 3, New Vegas and Fallout 4, where cars weren't drivable, they were just aesthetic things in the world. But if we go back to Fallout 2, there was actually a drivable vehicle called the Highwayman. Now when you think about it, Fallout 76 is going to be set before Fallout 2, so if there's a working vehicle within the world for Fallout 2, then why can't there be working vehicles, if not more than one, still in Fallout 76, being somewhat still relatively new, the Great War? Are there going to be cars that aren't quite damaged? I mean, one of the side missions, could it possibly be, or part of the main story, that you actually have to go and find the supplies to fix up a beat up car, and then you can use that alongside the fast travel to travel around the map. Another one which is quite interesting, when I was doing my research, that looking along a Fallout sort of timeline, the only thing that I could find around 2021, which is essentially when we're coming out of this vault, was that Hubris Comics, I hope I haven't butchered that name, started publishing the Grognak the Barbarian comics. So again, maybe we could have a hand in writing that sort of stuff. Maybe Grognak the Barbarian is actually based off the sort of things that we're doing. The author of it meets us and wants to base his comic book series off of the actions of the main character. or maybe the main character can help in the publication in some way, again like with the Galaxy News Radio idea earlier, and try and help set up this sort of publish for Grognak the Barbarian that we've all come to know very well, popular with, you know, Fallout 3 in Vault 101 when he gets it for his birthday, and also you can find Grognak the Barbarian across New Vegas and Fallout 4 and whatnot. And then the final point, I just wanted to keep this to 5 quick points, is maybe there's going to be a lot of hate, or more hate than usual, towards ghouls. And when I talk ghouls, I don't mean like the feral ghouls that you know you shoot with your gun and try and kill and then essentially loot caps from them, if caps are even the currency in this game. But maybe, you know, ghouls that are like talkable characters too, like remember Gob from Fallout 3. Maybe they aren't as well received as they are because it's so raw to the Great War 25 years on. Maybe people are still not anywhere near getting used to having ghouls around them, so maybe there might be again a sort of story path where you go good or bad, and you can either, you know, save the ghouls and start, you know, changing people's opinion on the ghouls, or maybe you could start a gang against the ghouls because they're these freakish creatures that no one's used to. But because like when you get to like Fallout 3 time, 200 years later, they've been around for a while, so everyone seems to be, you know, used to their presence around, whether they, you know, get on with them or not. They're used to having them around. It's not an instant shock to see a ghoul roaming around. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. It was only 5 quick, you know, little ideas. There's no real facts to base this off, apart from the Grognak the Barbarian and the cars points, because they were in previous games that, you know, after this time. But if you did enjoy it, guys, then leave a like. If you agree with any of the comments, leave a like and subscribe for more different content. If you got any other ideas what you'd like to see happen, or what you think might see happen, whether it be in the main quest or different side missions that we can do, and just leave a comment down below, let me know. We can start a discussion between ourselves to see what we'd like to see, what we think we might see and what not. Obviously, as we find out more, there'll be more information on my channel, so if you want to keep up to date with that, leave me a like, subscribe. And other than that, guys, I'll see you on the next video.